Okay, hey crafters. Alright, I'm back. Part 2. I have added, this is the bottom of the box, I have added the flaps, and then I covered all with paper. My flaps open like this. And in here will be where the flower garden and the acetate butterflies fly around. So that's what I have so far. It's beautiful. So far I will either magnetize or ribbon or Velcro some way. I will hold these all closed so that they don't fall in on the flowers and the butterflies when the lid goes on. So anyway, I think it looks very beautiful. Turned out really, really, really nice. So these are my photo flaps, and there are also pockets here, and I will make a little punch here. I just haven't done that yet. So you can stick additional photos inside the pocket, and I will make some, I've got lace and stuff, I'll make some way to house all the photos so that you don't have to think too hard about it. You just stick them in, the cropping and all that stuff. So anyway, that is the box, minus the way to house the photos. It is done. I've gold all the edges, all the way around. Papers go right to the edge of these flaps. And now we need to work on our top. Now that seemed like a long explanation on my last video. So anyway, we'll just do it, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. So 9 by 9 is the size you start with. And got my cutter score. I've already cut it 9 by 9. So what you need to do, which I have already done, is you can take your ruler, lay it along the edge, find your center, and make a mark. Okay, 4.5, make a mark. Turn your thing, lay your ruler, find your center, make a mark, turn, find center, make a mark, and turn, find center, make a mark. Then line up your marks, give yourself a cross. Then you have the center of your 9 by 9. Okay? So you want your box top, your box dimensions are 6 1/8 by 6 1/8. You want your box lid to be 1/8 larger. So once you add double-sided paper to all those sides, it fills up and it fits just right. So your lid, the top piece, should be 6 2/8 by 6 2/8. So you find your center point, and from the center point you measure out 3 1/8, and you put a mark. Okay? Turn, 3 1/8, put a mark. Turn, 3 1/8, turn, 3 1/8. Okay, so this dimension now is exactly 1 inch and 1 2 3/8. Okay, this dimension is 1 3/8. So from each corner, I hope you can see. Usually I work further this way. I have to remember that the camera is over here. So 1 3/8. 1 2 3, and make a mark. Okay, and then turn, 1 2 3, so it's 1 3/8. I also need to mark 1 3/8 in from okay. So on each corner, both directions, you make a mark 1 3/8. And down here, 1 3/8. Want these measurements to be precise, or your lid will be off a little. 1 2 3/8. Down here. 1 3/8. Have I gone all the way around now? Nope, just this one corner here I missed because I turned instead of marking. 2 3/8, 1 3/8. Okay, so all you have to do is line up your 1 3/8. Draw a line. Turn 1 3/8. And turn. 1 3/8 on all sides. Okay, and turn. Line up at 1 3/8. And there we go. So this space right here is our box top. The rest is our side flaps. So it is exactly 6 2/8 and 6 2/8. Awesome. Okay, so let's turn it and make sure we're 6 2/8 this way. Okay, the top you really need to be very precise on. The flaps can be a little tiny bit off on the box, but the lid must be perfect. So if it's not perfect, then just try it again. Okay, so I'm going to score on these lines. Scoring at the 1 3/8. And just score all the way around. Okay, so now we have our fold lines, but I'm not going to fold it yet because we need to make a cut here, and then turn and make a cut here, turn and make a cut here, and turn and make a cut here so we can make the actual box. So I'm going to switch out my cutting blade, and I'm going to cut to that line. Okay, and I'm going to turn and cut to the fold line, and turn. Only cut one on each side. Make the flaps of the box, and one more. Okay, so these are our flaps. Okay. And 4. Okay, now we can fold our box sides down. I think I will fold them in so the lines don't show on the outside corners. Okay, so I'm not going to erase my pencil, I just want to put it where it will be least noticeable, but I'm going to paint all the corners, so you probably won't see it at all. Which I could just erase. We'll see what I do. So, let's see, do my pieces all line up? This is why you have to be exact, because if you're exact, your lid and your flaps will all line up perfect, as this one does. Okay, so that is perfect. Lines up just perfect. Okay, if you weren't perfect, you could just snip it off here. But it's really important to do this one very, very precise. So that's my box lid. I will hot glue the inside flaps. My gun's not hot, so I'm not going to do that right this second, but that is my plan. I'm going to hot glue, and then I'm going to cover my box with lid with paper inside and out. Actually, first I'm going to paint all my outside edges and inside corners on both sides. Then I'm going to cover this with the designer paper that I have chosen for the lid, and I will paint this lid, glue it down, cover it with paper, and then I'll be back for my next video. The next video we're going to make some vellum hand-painted butterflies and probably some paper flowers to make our butterfly garden in the center of our box. Okay, I'll be back.